Hi, everybody. Welcome to Science Gal Aquatics. I'm Carrie, and today I have a super special guest for the stream. My partner, Jesse, is here today. He's going to help me with the chat. So I have a couple of topics that I would like to talk about, but if you guys have any questions, just feel free to drop it in the chat. And I would like to, again, welcome everybody to the live stream today. But I have a couple questions for you about your oldest fish. And if you feel comfortable moving them, because I do have a goldfish that's 11 or 12 years, and I would like to move him to a 75-gallon that's actually probably better off. But I'm really nervous about moving him because this goldfish has been in this aquarium for so long, and I was just curious of your thoughts. So if you guys have any kind of older fish, have you had any experience moving them, and your thoughts? So, and then again, if you guys want to talk about summer tubbing, because summer tubbing is about to start and I'm super excited. And if you guys have any experience and your thoughts, what you guys want to summer tub, what you want to breed this summer once the weather gets a little bit warmer. Do you want to say anything? You want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hi, I'm Jesse, the behind the scenes guy.
But welcome, Griffin's Fish Room, DMC Productions. Welcome to the live chat. What else do you want to talk about today?
It's tubbing time.
Yeah, it's starting.
It really is.
The weather here, we should be able to move fish here. I have a bunch of white clouds I would like to summer tub. The other one I'm going to kind of keep secret just because I want you guys to watch the video. I'm super excited about it. I've never had either one of these fish, but I should be able to move them out this Thursday.
Oh, he's got it right there.
The weather is getting quite a bit warmer. It's a little chilly today, but hopefully Thursday it should start getting up in the 70s here in Missouri and about 50s at night. But I just moved my red tail shark to the that's 20 years old, actually more, but no issues. My water is all close in parameters though. Yeah. The water here, like the tank upstairs, it's a 75-gallon. And I don't have a heater on it, and I don't have a heater. This one that it's currently in is a 30-gallon bow front. And everything's pretty close, but I'm just so nervous because it's been in there for so long. And it seems to be in pretty good health. Some of the scales are a little bit rough, but overall, it seems to be healthy. And I do have 3 other goldfish in there and 1 platy, which is kind of a random. And then that iridescent shark that I would really like to move to grow out. So fingers crossed. I probably in the end am going to move him or her, I'm not sure. But I'm just so nervous about it because it's been in there for so long. But I was thinking about moving him, go ahead and moving him, the whole crew outside into the 300-gallon tub outside and not keeping them in the 75-gallon, just going ahead and moving them outside too. But again, I don't know. I'm so indecisive. Every time I make a plan, I change it. I second guess myself. Countywide.
Jay.
Yeah, go ahead. You can read the chat if you want.
Griffin's Fish Room. Counting the white clouds, he says.
Mm-hmm. So far, I think I have 20 white clouds, I think, to move outside. But I've had that 300-gallon tub running for what, 2 months now?
Yep.
About 2 months. And then the other ones, I think the other ones, yeah, he helped me. I think the other ones are little 20-gallon round tubs. We got them from his parents' farm. So we luckily didn't have to buy them. And every time they have anything that they want to pitch or get rid of, I call it. So even if we have too many, I'm still going to keep them because you never know.
They're the 50-gallon mineral tubs
that
you buy for cattle.
Mm-hmm. So they worked out really well last year. Last year I did put black mollies in one and guppies, just a bunch of mutt guppies in the other one. And the mollies, I had one fry, but they seemed to really thrive. Like they were really happy, even though I didn't get many fry out of it. They still seemed to really enjoy being outside. And then the guppies, they bred really well outside. There wasn't any specific one. It was just a bunch of mutt guppies, but they really enjoyed it. But
and that'd be the tank behind us.
Yeah, those over there. But have you started summer tubbing? Do you still have a while before you get to start? Here in the Ozarks, it's not too hot and it's not we get more ice than snow here lately, but it hasn't been all as cold as it was when we were a kid. But I would like to keep them all outside because the biggest issue I have run into is I'm just afraid because last year I tried to get all of the guppies and the mollies out of the tubs before that first frost, but I did end up missing one female guppy. So whenever I packed them up and put them away in the shed, I found that one that didn't make it. So I was kind of hoping with the white clouds and this other one I'm keeping secret that they will, even though I would like to bring them in, if I do miss one and I keep them set up, they will still be okay until, I'll check them every day to bring them in, but in case I miss one, but.
That's a good one. DMC Productions on the moving of the goldfish and it's snowing in PA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the koi, I have 4 koi, and then I have 1 goldfish in the pond. And the goldfish and the koi definitely loves the winter. I think they even grow more during the winter, but we keep them in there and they do really well. They say they like cold water and they do. And we have a bunch of rosy red minnows in there too that are thriving. We're starting to introduce a few more in there just to get some more genetics kind of mixed in, but they do really well. I'm sure the goldfish and the koi, they eat some of the fry of the rosy reds, but overall they do well together.
But the rosy reds are so prolific that they'll overtake it.
Mm-hmm. And they're healthy looking. I got them from PetSmart like 2 or 3 years ago, and they were scrawny little things. I tried to keep them here in the fish room and they didn't do well at all. And I moved them outside to that pond, and I remember
somebody telling you to move them outside to the pond.
I think it's 250-gallon pond.
Yeah. 250, 300.
And they really like it. They've gotten huge for rosy red minnows. At least the ones I see around here to purchase. They've done really well. And I feed them the food sticks and the Tetra Flakes when the weather starts getting a little bit warmer, and they do really well. So
hey, Shrimp Granny, what's going on?
Let's see if I can get this to. Hi, Jess. I miss you. Hopefully I get to see you at a fish convention at some point in the future.
What is that, August 8th, 9th?
I can't remember.
Archella, Dallas, I believe.
Well, Chicago's first now.
No, okay. Maybe it's Chicago then, 8th, 9th.
And then the one in Dallas is over Halloween.
Yeah, that's right. You're correct.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Are you going to dress up at the one in Dallas? Or if you get to go, are you going to dress up? Because it's Halloween. I'm kind of half tempted. I'm excited.
No outside.
What else do you want to talk about?
I'm just reading. I was just reading the chat.
You could read it out loud. It's okay. It helps me. I'm always afraid I'm going to miss something. So, no outside tubs are going to do a few inside, though. Just a 40 and 110 stock tank. Not 100% sure what's going in yet. See, that was my thing. It took me I think I started honestly planning this months ago because every time I would get a plane, I was like, okay, I was going to put guppies in it and keep with the guppies. And then I was like, well, the mollies and the swordtails are together. And the mollies did so well that I was half tempted to kind of separate them and put them outside and see how they would do. But then everybody started talking about white clouds and how cool they are and how they're kind of like a must-have. And I think they're really pretty. And every time I'd see them at the fish store, I would always go over to them. And then I just kind of finally made a decision. But even now I'm like, okay, well, now that I finally made the decision of what I want to keep, I have no idea which one I want to put it in because I'm really indecisive.
So now I have a bunch of tubs.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. B.
Your mom brought over 3 more yesterday. So I'm going to have to make a lot of spawning mops this year. So my plan is to keep the parental ones in the one tub and then put spawning mops in there because I have a bunch of yarn in the fish room, and then just kind of every couple days move the spawning mops over to another tub and not make the filtration really high and see, because I've always just bred live bears. I've got the live bear thing down, but eggs and spawning mops, that's new. That's new, and I'm excited to break out and try it, but I don't want to get my expectations up and feel like I'm going to have thousands of tubs instantly of fish, but I do have high hopes for myself. I do have confidence. I've been doing a lot of research and doing everything that I'm supposed to, so fingers crossed. It's kind of a mix. I had 4 short fin ones, and then these new ones that came in look a little more long fin, but I would have to double check. I'm not sure, but their fins they definitely do look longer on the white clouds. Don't use spawning mops for what do you use? I'll take any help, any advice, because I want to try. I want to do a Hillstream loach in the 40, but don't want to take them out of the aquariums. White clouds is a great idea. If I could get gold ones, have been pondering rainbow fish too for the 110. Yeah, everybody talks about rainbow fish, and I've seen them. And there's a bunch of really good rainbow breeders in the Missouri Aquarium Society. So I know probably long term. So
we're staying out of the rainbow breeding business.
Long term, I probably honestly will get them, but right now I'm just admiring from afar because I don't know too much about them, but they're really fun to watch, and the colors are beautiful. But I haven't bit the bullet yet. But those, what is it? Bosemani rainbows, those are really nice. And some of the rainbows that do come through the auction when we go are really nice. But
I'm from the Ozarks, so I'm going to get into the high-end minnow business.
Yeah, the high-end minnow business. That's what we do around here. Holly, you're from Missouri too. Yeah, I've lived here for 30 something years. When I travel, I love to travel, but I always kind of get homesick for my small town lifestyle.
Oh, there's a good one.
Well, go ahead. I have my contacts in, so I can't see the chat too well.
Yeah, from Patrick. It says, my guppies are dying at 32 degrees. Temperature, found out the tank had ammonia. Don't have test kit, but did overcome water change, ammonia, toxicity, and temperature. what does it have? Interrelation?
I don't know. I can't see. Again, my contacts are in. Which one is it? This one?
Yeah,
My
right there.
guppies start dying at 32 degrees Celsius temp. Found out that the tank had pneumonia. Don't have a test kit, but did overcome my water changes every day. Ammonia, toxicity, and temperature have interrelations.
Sounds like his tank turned over and had a serious spike.
Yeah, I had a bunch of problems in the very beginning with my 5 gallons. Every time I would do a water change, my fish were at the surface, kind of hovering. But I kind of backed off a little bit with my water changes, and then just kind of the tank finally cycled, and everything's been good. But the smaller my tanks, the harder my crashes were in the beginning, and honestly, the larger tanks do better. But in the beginning, I'm not sure, is it a newer tank? In 32 degrees Celsius, is that around like 75 degrees Fahrenheit? I'm not sure. I think it's around 70s. I'm not good with my conversions in my head. I'm sorry. But it seems like my warmer tanks, the guppies like the warmer tanks, but it seems like everything does kind of like my algae grows more. I try to keep my tanks a little bit closer to 76 to 78 degrees, and they do really well with my fry and my adults. But the fries sometimes it gets kind of confusing because the fries do a little bit better with warmer, but I try to find that happy medium down here in the basement. My fish room is in the basement, so it holds heat a little bit better. But I don't know. Every tank, like there's tanks in the fish room that are set up the exact same, and one will do better over the other. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Like even the plants, like some will just do better.
The longer they cycle. Holly from the Lebanon area. Hi, CM Punk.
Yeah, I drive through Lebanon like every 2 weeks. I know Lebanon pretty well. It blocks all the weather for us. Every time there's too much snow or rain, Lebanon kind of
Lebanon takes
blocks it for me.
Lebanon gets it. That's funny. Griffin with the Java moss across the bottom, scattered the eggs in the bottom of the tanks, never had a problem. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Java moss is a really good plant. I was putting some guppy grass in one tub last year over the other, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if I just didn't have that much to spread out, but the one with the guppy grass, I believe it was the Black Molly tank, did a lot better. So this year I would like to add a lot more plants to the tubs and hopefully grow some plants too. But the algae, just being outside, I do have to pull like the hair algae out a lot more. But it's half in the shade where we have it. It's pressed up against the house. So it's half in the shade, half out of the shade. So hopefully each year I get a little bit better with getting it down, because some of them have air stones and some of them do have filtration that's pretty similar to the fish room, the aquariums in the fish room. But just kind of each year get better and better about it. But yeah, I bet just kind of honestly, even in the fish room, if you just adding the plants to the aquariums and just letting nature take its course and not really pulling fry and separating them and just kind of letting them grow together, it has worked overall so well with just letting kind of nature take its course. And even with the parents, I don't have a problem. Like the fry have hiding spots, and it just works out so much better.
Yeah, she doesn't like me now. I'm addicted to plants.
Mm-hmm.
The fish are second.
Yeah, I've been working on this plant thing for a while, but I think we're having pretty good results. I've been messing around with different fertilizers, but do you guys use fertilizer? If you do use plants outside, do you fertilize your tubs or anything, or do you just kind of let it grow? Let me know. let me know. I'm probably just gonna fertilize down here, but if it helps, I'll fertilize that too. But and we do put sand, a little bit of sand in the tubs for substrate. I don't put as much substrate in the tubs outside as I do in the aquariums in the fish room, but
And Holly's getting some plants from Father Fish.
Mhm.
Sweet.
you never can have too many plants.
Yeah.
Never.
Please let her know what kind of plants you get. I'd be very interested in that. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm still learning like the names of all of them, but it's been really fun kind of experimenting with what works and what doesn't. Honestly, it's been fun. Really digging the smaller community fish. The last few years, I hate to admit it, but almost more fun than monster fish in tanks, but don't tell anyone. Yeah. He likes the monster fish. I like the nano fish. Upstairs we have the silver arowana, is it blackfin perch,
Yeah.
and then a freshwater brackish water lionfish. And the teenagers, and when we can have company over someday again, everybody really loves the monster fish upstairs. But I love that. I like to watch them eat. I love to interact with them. They have their own personality, but I do like just coming down here and zoning out and watching just the guppies and the swordtails. They're really entertaining. And the shrimp, like getting into shrimp the last probably 6 months, 8 months too.
Yeah, shrimp are fun.
The shrimp, you can watch them all day long swim around the tank.
Yeah,
all day long.
we use that too, Holly.
Mhm.
The Easy Green.
Yeah, we use that's
Easy
kind of the
Green
standard.
is the master.
I did do an unboxing with the whole line of the Easy Range, I think it's called, and we've used it a few times now, and I really like it. I haven't used it long enough to get like a good overall like tell you about it, but I think it's working. I had some yellowing of a few of like the Anubis leaves. A few of them were getting a little yellow, but I think it's all working out. And I just dose it like they say to, because it's easy and that's why I like it. I don't have to learn something new. I can just follow an easy direction. But it seems to be working. I really like it.
Well, and my favorite was my accident with pulling out the hair algae, getting it out of there, and
That's so strong.
and separated my baby tears plant, and now I really got baby tears, so I'm gonna keep separating a lot more. They seem to grow quite prolifically if you separate quickly in the Carry Tetra tank.
Yeah, I'm using Easy Green by Aquarium. Yeah, it seems to be doing really well as fertilizer, and it's also very easy dosing. Yes, it is. Like the other ones aren't too bad, but it seemed like I had to almost use it more often and use a little bit more to see a difference. But that line's good. I have the root tabs. What is it? The Easy Carbon. The algae inhibitor.
Can fish catch that?
And then
I don't think so.
All of the Easy Green stuff.
Patrick, I don't think so.
So yeah, I like it. I like it.
That's a funny comment.
So,
Laughing.
what else do you want to talk about?
The idea for the other pond I gotta build.
Yeah, we want to build another pond.
A lot of work.
I took him to Aquashella and he got bit by the fish bug.
No, I got bit by the pond master.
Yeah, and we
That's what I got bit by.
We went to Aqualand, and let me tell you, that place was, you can't help but leave and went like the biggest pond ever. And we have a pretty big backyard that has a little bit of empty space that we could definitely build another pond. But I'm not sure like how big.
It's going to end up being something goofy. I can tell you
Yeah.
that. It's what's going to end up happening. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be cool.
Mhm.
And she will be able to keep you guys updated of my progress, my
Mhm.
breaking progress.
Any surprise special guests coming up in the future? Yeah, I want to get Haley on here whenever I can. Just I'm working on reaching out to people because I feel like I never want to like bug anybody. So I've been reaching out, and I definitely going to have a few more on, but we're working on schedules because I normally work at the salon on Saturdays. So whenever everything goes back to normal and I have a normal schedule again, we just have to work out probably more of a weekday, weeknight type schedule. So we're going to get that all worked out and hopefully get a few people on because there's so many cool people to talk to. Like every time you turn around, there's a new cool fish tuber out there to talk to that has some fish that you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Yeah. Can I go mobile around the fish? I can't go outside because I have a webcam. And I'm not honestly sure if the Wi-Fi is strong enough, but I can scoot the camera around a little bit and kind of point out what I have in each tank. But I don't know if I can get super close. But if you can bear with me just a little bit, we can kind of go around a little bit. I'll try to go a little smooth. Hey, will you turn a light? Will you clip that light on that tank? This one right here is a 5-gallon, there's no filter on this tank right here. And it's lyre tail guppies in that tank. And it's just covered in guppy grass. And there's a bunch of snails in there. And then down here in this one is like a pink tuxedo guppy and blue dream shrimp.
I think we have more fry.
Mm-hmm. There's always fry in those tanks. And then there's a Cheese Creek pleco. It's right. Let me see if I can get my finger just right. It's right there hanging above that little shrimp cave. There's a little Cheese Creek pleco in there. And then at the let me scoot my computer back. I don't know if you can see it. At this very bottom down here, there's one guppy in there that's in quarantine that's a double lyre tail guppy, and then a bunch of Corydoras that are panda cories. And then that's a sand substrate in the bottom one, a gravel in the top two. And then up there, Jesse can do his best modeling. Do a modeling pose for us, Jesse. This is a 5-gallon no filter. These two right here are my no filter tanks. But that one is full of a newly named guppy that I am hopefully can breed some more of. And then this one down here is a 10-gallon. It's not an in-class guppy, but it's definitely a wild type guppy. But it's not an in-class. And then right below there is a 20-gallon. It's blocked by my table, but these are, I believe it's green cobra guppies from Jeffro that he gave me. And then there's another Cheese Creek pleco in that 20 long right here. Right there. But there's a bunch of guppies in there.
There's my favorite honoring fish.
That one is a freshwater butterfly fish in that one. And I'm experimenting with keeping shrimp. Some of the shrimp he does go down at the bottom and eat them, and some of them are okay. But that's a freshwater butterfly fish. And then this one right here, there's nothing in this one. I had swordtails in there. And I don't know what happened. I came down here and I guess there's some kind of spike and everything died. So there was some Cory cats in this one and some, I believe it was red swordtails of some sort. But I found there is one Cory that was left and I moved it into a different tank. But there's nothing in that one right now. And then this 10-gallon that's right there, that's purple Moscow guppies in that one. And so far we just have one fry. And then there's a bunch of cherry shrimp in there and a high fin pleco in that one right there. And then these are red tiger endlers that are right there that they're breeding like crazy. And then there's a bunch of yellow shrimp in here. There's a bunch of cherry shrimp in there. There's just a bunch of everything in there. And then down here is, I got these locally. They were true green cobra endlers. So, and then there's also a Cheese Creek pleco in this 10-gallon right here. And I believe it's this tank that I had since I was like 12 that we re-siliconed.
Hey, Ginger and Priscilla.
Hello. That tank's been around for a really long time. And then we'll spin you around. This 55-gallon above me right here, get out of the way so it'll focus, is just a mutt guppy tank. It's got a little bit of everything in there, but there's some really pretty guppies in there that are growing out. They're getting huge, but just every few generations, when something gets a little overstocked, we'll stick it in this 55-gallon and just kind of see what happens, what breeds. Everything's looking really good in that tank. And then this 55-gallon right here is my super priceless Carrie Tetras from Rachel. They're my fave.
Which is my super planet tank.
I'm hoping to breed them, but I'm working on it every single day.
You want to breed those, and I want the plants to keep growing.
Hi, King and Queen Cichlids. Welcome. It's nice seeing you guys. We'll dazzle at Jesse for just a minute.
Oh, what are we going over to the Molly tank?
We'll try to move my microphone, but right here by Jesse, these are the black mollies and some swordtails in there. And a bunch of just random snails. They seem to be doing really well, but I don't have any fry in that tank yet. But those mollies did really well outside last year. Hey, Amber. I miss your face. And then over here, speaking of Amber, this middle one, right? If I can, here, go model. That's the one that Amber picked out for me. I don't have a light on it. They're all sharing those lights, but those two are betta tanks.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. And then this first one by my water trash can are yellow-bellied live bears that I don't have any females for. They're all 3 males, but they kind of remind me of like a killifish. But they're really fun to watch swim, but I don't have any females yet. And then over here is the tank that we won at the auction, that Flex right there, that I want to split those newly named guppies to put in. I want to put those in there. And then all there is just all the fish room junk. And the cricket. Don't look. That's all the crickets and the mealworms and all that wonderful. I have a bucket full of botanicals and my aquarium box stuff that I haven't all used yet. Little bit of everything. Yes, Amber, we will have to hang out soon again.
Yes, and by the way, if you ever want to get your fish keeper friend or significant other anything, please get the aquarium box. That will make them happy.
Yeah, he got that for me for Christmas, and it's like a little present each month in the mail. It's amazing. And they have all kinds of like really honestly useful stuff that I can't get here, that if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have it. So it was really helpful.
Yeah. So just a tip to anybody else out there looking for something easy. They do a great job. No fuss, no mess. It's great way to go.
Yeah, we got to give loves to Joseph. If he hasn't left yet, travel safely, and if he has arrived yet, welcome home. I'm not sure where the process is in the moving journey, but travel safe or welcome home, and let me know if you need a home welcome, like a home gift.
Thank you, King and Queen Cichlids. It's awesome. You guys are awesome together. Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Me and Jesse grew up together. We've been together 5 years, but his grandma was my neighbor, and Jesse used to come over and like leave me little love notes. And we rode the school bus together, and he knew me and liked me before I grew in properly to my nose and my ears.
When she looked like a mouse, folks.
So, yeah, we've known each other for a really long time. So, our brothers were friends, and
both of our younger brothers were friends.
Moms knew each other, and your grandma's cows used to come over and get out.
Every once in a while they'd mow your yard for you by accident.
Well, no, your cows would get out and come over. Your bull would get out actually and come over to our yard, and we would have to call the highway patrol to help get the bull out of our yard so we can catch the school bus. It happened like 3 times.
I know.
I was like, I can't go to school because your bull's in the driveway.
Yes. So if you're wondering, we are country bumpkins.
Yeah.
Or at least I am.
Just a little bit. He says I'm city-fied and he's country-fied, but we grew up 50 feet from each other. So whatever.
It was my cows in her yard. I'll tell the story the way I want.
But yeah, we've known each other for a while. Oh, his computer. Yeah. Prayers for Joseph's
The struggle is real.
Monsters. That computer seems. I just got a new computer because I wanted to toss mine out the window.
Fish Room Fever. Who forgot the like button?
Yeah, I have to remember to leave a like, drop me a like, subscribe. I do have a new video coming out, hopefully right after this live stream's over. I did the escape challenge, so at least I tried to do this. It was really fun, but it's a hot mess, so just enjoy the ride.
It's something.
I didn't have anything at the time. I still don't. I just made it work, but it was fun because I got out of the
I wonder
house.
how the cows got. Poor fencing.
Yeah. Fun times. And what else do you want to talk about? Anything else you want to talk about?
I'm enjoying just reading the chat, honestly.
Yeah.
It's
nice to have friend time. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, and she loves them. Amber likes my shirt. Yeah, well, custom fit.
My mother made these shirts, so thank you, Mom. I will eventually have them for sale whenever I can figure out how to do a website properly. Well, thank you, King and Queen Cichlids, for the $5 super chat. That's really nice.
So is all my family. Yes, I am.
He is now after Aqualand. I think it was Aqualand. that made him a fan of, and now he's super helpful for fixing all of my crazy filter problems.
Yeah.
Anytime I have a filter problem, I'm like, Jesse, please fix this. Just make it work.
We'll do a whole series of where you guys will just get to see my hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he always gets it. They always get clogged up. Well, I wouldn't say they always get clogged up. They get clogged up maybe once a year. So one will get clogged up, and he'll fix it for me. Because before I would just toss it and throw it away and get a new one. I didn't think to fix it. So he's helped solve many a problems. But those that are no filter tanks were the little bitty tiny little ones that no matter what, they just stopped working. So I eventually gave up. But those have been set up for a while. That's the reason I think it works so well. But I'm excited to summer tub though. I'm excited. Thursday we get to, I'm hoping it's Thursday. That's according to the app. That's when I can move things over. So hopefully.
Priscilla. Oh, I had a great time. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got properly introduced to all the fish tube madness that's welcomed and so fun. Yeah, I don't like tiny filters. They seem like a good idea at the time. And then I set it up. And then it was no longer a good idea. It was just more of a hassle. But it looked good on the tank. That's about all it was good for. It looked good.
Awesome. Have a good afternoon, King and Queen Cichlids. They got a video to work on, so everybody ought to check that out.
Yeah, it's never ending. I feel so proud. Like I got a video up, and then I'm like, well, I got another one waiting. And I need to learn to edit faster, but I'm working on it.
Down for drink, yeah. Always down for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We live here in the Midwest, so we're always down for that.
Yeah, if you're from the Midwest, you're always down for a good adult beverage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could get the camera closer to my baby tears. Now
Yeah, he's really proud of those because
they said I couldn't do it without CO2. I had to have CO2, and I have them propagating without CO2.
It kind of got stuck on a piece of hair algae and then kind of split itself, and we replanted it, and it's growing really well. So snow. Don't say
no.
Snow. He's the snow dryer.
Yeah, please keep it up there. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty, and then it needs to go away.
Yeah, I'm over it. I work in northern Iowa and places towards the north in the winter because all the crops and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty well done with the cold temperatures. I'm ready to get back to some warm if Mother Nature will allow it.
But even further north, I can't. Yeah, it's May. Please, no more snow. It snowed here though last year in May.
DMC baby tears. Next video.
Yeah, they're still pretty tiny, but it's working. But we definitely laid off. We were doing water changes every Sunday. We would start off with Dee down the wormhole and her live chats, and we would just progressively do watch the live chats and do water changes for the rest of the day. And we've backed off to every 2 weeks, and instead of doing like 25% water changes, doing like 10%, like just enough to get a little bit of
really helped the big planet tanks.
And they have all taken off because even that water wisteria behind him, all of that in that tank was all melted back. And the forget what it's called.
Anyone?
Pennywort, I think it's something like that, was all, I didn't think it was going to make it. And it's all starting to grow and kind of resprout a little bit. So definitely kind of not doing so many water changes because there's only 9 Carry Tetra in there. And last time I checked, there was still 2 Amano shrimp in there. So there's not a huge bio load on that tank, but the plants have definitely benefited, just not kind of backing off on the water changes a little bit.
Yeah, Priscilla, she's dropping in heaters into her tubs, keeping them 65 and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All I've heard about that, I'm not really up on the fish part of it, is with most of the stuff you use outside, as long as it doesn't get way below 60 degrees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I have a couple of heaters in the fish room that I'm starting to take out, and some of them you can manually set the temperature. So if I need to move them outside, I think they'll be okay to use them outside, but I'm not sure. Do you have like a special brand of heater that goes outside, or is it just like the regular ones from that you use from the pet store? But I have a few that I can, if I need to take it outside, just in case it does frost. Because I have, on the pond, I have a de-icer, but it's not a heater. But the koi and the rosy reds do great.
Big J's 97
But
snow sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely not. I'll take 97 degrees.
Mm-hmm. I've never been to the beach. I want to go. I've never seen the ocean. I want to go to the ocean soon. Even though we can't necessarily travel right now, someday again I would like to go to the ocean and take Haley, and we can have a double date at the ocean because she hasn't seen it either, I don't think.
Priscilla using the Aqua Top heaters with the guard.
With the guard, I'll have to see.
I'll check those out for sure.
Yeah, because I've only had experience with the de-icers, and they work, but the water still gets super cold. It's not a heater on the pond, but I would like to keep them set up if I can put a heater in there and keep them set up year round and breed them year round, and they do great. I will do that. I won't even worry about bringing them in, and I'll just keep them outside, keep them covered and call it good, and just let them go. Because I know they like colder water, so as long as it's not like you said, below 60.
No. Looks like we got about 12 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, what got you liking fish so much besides just going to Aqualand? Tell the folks if they have a partner out there that's like, why do you like fish so much? And you want them to like fish.
For all the guys out there, it's my love for her.
Well, don't just like sweet talk. Like what? I appreciate it. But was there a magical guppy in the fish room that you just walked in and was like, oh, that's just beautiful. I just love fish so much.
No, I think you hooked me with the plants. And then when you called me, I bought silver arowana. He's only like 4 inches now, but he's going to get to 3 feet. And probably when I went, well, I want to see if I can get him 3 feet. Mm-hmm. Well, challenge accepted. I want to try.
Yeah. I know you guys, I don't know if it's like a taboo or whatever, but they really love finding grasshoppers and earthworms and feeding the arowana and the perch, which he loves it. He gets really excited when we find those type of things to feed him. And the teenagers, and he really likes that. He really likes it.
What's DMC saying there?
You and Jesse need to go to the OFR with the dragon next time. It's like a small ocean Ohio fish rescue.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to go and I invited myself and she went without me. I talked to her. I was like, next time you go, I'm inviting myself along.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could get in that pool with them, oh yeah, there's a video lurking out there that Carrie has of me getting a turtle
Out of our pond.
out of
Priscilla's
all-
talking about the turtle at Aqualand, which was mind
Yeah, I
blowing.
seen that.
But Jesse, his son brought a turtle over here, and I was like, that looks like a water turtle. They're like, no, that's not a water turtle. And I was like, that looks like a
And
water
he's-
turtle.
and
It's got
he's
web feet.
And he somehow
They
brought
let them out in the yard.
one of the 2 endangered water turtle species in Missouri to my house, which is really cool, but you can't keep them. It is illegal if you get caught. So, lawyers out there, I did not keep said turtle, but I had to get said turtle out of the koi pond.
It was awful. It was horrible. I was like, don't ever do that again.
And that was when the big Turtle Man TV show was huge. So I pretended to be Turtle Man on a video after a couple too many adult beverages.
It was
not pretty.
I was like, oh my gosh, these teenagers are harder to care for than any baby, any toddler. These teenagers, let me tell you, you can't let them loose for anything. And it's his teenager.
Yeah, it is mine.
It was awful.
My offspring. Sorry.
But digging around in that pond, you didn't know where it was at. And you were just hoping it wasn't going to bite your finger.
I found it though.
Goodness. Last week we were in the high 90s at night and around 60. The tubs hate the swinging temps. Yeah. It is a little back and forth for sure. But last year I was just constantly out there. I would just sit out there for hours and just have my temperature gun. But it seems like the less I stress and the less I try, the better things go. And when I'm down here, like just compulsively checking and worrying and trying and researching and doing this and trying this, then nothing works.
The best things happen by accident.
Yes.
And Zen Ginger, teenagers are why you can't have nice things. You are 100% correct.
You should see this place.
Oh.
And his teenager is bigger than both of our bodies combined.
Oh, he's a monster of a man.
Yeah, Priscilla. Toddlers are hard too. I was never so thankful that I got to stop carrying that diaper bag. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have to carry the entire house with me. That was a good day.
It's always a good workout though. You don't have to worry about going to the gym when you
Well,
got a
it was
diaper
just
bag in
one
the stroller.
This side of my body was ripped, and this side of my body was not.
That's why you balance it out with the child.
It was just back and forth, back and forth.
Handcuffs.
Mm-hmm. My parents, remember when we were a kid when they had that baby leash and they just leashed us and they just did whatever they want. They just had us buckled on their belt buckle and we couldn't get anywhere.
Yeah, like a dog.
It was cool back then. We all had our leashes.
The 5-point child harness.
Mm-hmm. Big J's Fish Keeper are you going live in a little over an hour? Make sure everybody heads over there. Check out that live chat.
Yep.
We're getting used to this
We'll be
live
there.
chat. The first few will be a little rough, so bear with us. We're learning how to do this stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not photogenic, so don't worry, folks.
I did beauty pageants growing up, and they never said I was photogenic. Never won that award. I got Miss Congeniality.
And that was a good movie too, by the way.
It was. That's what I always got.
Oh, yeah, no wonder. There's where your personality comes from.
Mm-hmm.
As she slaps me, folks, underneath where you can't see on the camera, hits me in the leg.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
She already did it. That's why you didn't say it.
Don't say that.
Mhm. Again, Miss Congeniality.
But I guess really just like excited going around the fish room, just excited about summer tupping this season. Always excited about new fry and new fish, but super excited about finally summer tubbing. Gives me something to look forward to, a new project. And
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I have to
Mhm.
go to our local farm and home because I got the 300-gallon tank and I got it for a reasonable price.
Mhm.
Plastic tank, really thick, wonderful, everything great. And I made the mistake of telling her they had a scrap pile of tubs out there with small holes in them, some at the top, some at the bottom. Now I have to go and talk to the manager and see if I can't wheel and deal to get a bunch more tubs
They have a bunch of broken ones back there, so we're just curious. to see
in
how
a
it
pile.
goes.
So if I can get them, I will. So you might be seeing a video of me hauling a bunch of tubs in.
Mhm. Yeah, Priscilla. I don't know where Brighton gets his attitude from. I don't have a clue.
Are you feeding the endangered grasshoppers?
I don't know.
Yes, I am. I like to pull the legs off though and use those as toothpicks. That's how big a hillbilly I am.
No, he doesn't.
I just haven't showed Carrie that. I show that to the kids.
No, Adam feeds. He was feeding the perch French fries the other day. I walked in and was like, "Don't! Are you really? Really? After all that work trying to take care of these fish every week, every day, I walk in and you're really."
Epoxy fixing in the works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the gap in the front of my teeth is big enough you can drive a Mack truck through. So
yeah.
sometimes I got to double up on the grasshopper leg.
Mm-hmm. Just dip them in chocolate. We'll eat them at Aquashella.
Don't challenge me to that because I definitely can do that with grasshoppers. I have deep fried grasshoppers.
Yeah, everything here's deep fried.
Well, it's the Midwest. Everything's better fried.
Mm. Yep. Was there any?
My brother from another mother.
Was there anything you want to say before we let the folks go?
No.
Starting to wind down.
Thanks
for chatting
Yeah.
with us when we don't really know what we're doing and learning.
Yeah.
It's been really fun.
Had a good time. Thanks for Carrie letting me come on, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully I didn't make too big a video to myself.
Yeah. If we did, we did. If not, oh well.
She puts up with me, folks. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. I like you guys.
Mm.
I like you.
A little bit.
I'm just thankful to have the Fish Fam. I think you guys are amazing, and I just appreciate you guys so much. YouTube would not be nearly as fun, and I wouldn't be doing YouTube at all if it wasn't for you guys specifically. So just thank you for just letting me be a part of everything and watching my videos and coming here to support me when I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just thankful to have you guys and have my family and everybody safe and good, and we get to talk about fish on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, it's pretty amazing. It's a pretty good time. So
I'm definitely enjoying the ride.
mm-hmm. Like, who would have thought, like, making YouTube videos about my fish tanks would be so much fun? Like, I wouldn't have ever imagined, but it's been great. And again, I am going to put out that scrap challenge video here as soon as I can. It's all ready to go. So as soon as I can get it uploaded, if you guys want to watch it and check it out, it's a fun time.
Yep.
Something new.
Yep.
Something
Hit that
new.
like button. Thank you, DMC Production.
Thank
That's
you to everybody. Priscilla, John Larson, Zen Ginger, thank you. Rich
Shrimp
T,
Granny was
thank
in
you.
here. King and Queen was there. Everybody was in here. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you, Scott and Liz, for the super chat. That was so kind of you. I'm still getting used to this whole super chat thing. It's fun. It's great. But we've got like 10 seconds left, I guess. So just much love to everybody. Again, check out that video. It's going to be coming out soon. And I will see all of you guys in the live chats coming up this afternoon and tomorrow. So much love to everybody. And thanks for watching.
Peace.
Enjoy, guys. Thanks.